Greetings, Quester, and welcome to the Bards Corner with Matt and Heather.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Bards Corner.
So today, we've got a shorter episode this week.
And a bit of a sad one.
Yeah, well the first couple of announcements are a little bit on the sad side, aren't they? Very sadly, they're both obituaries. So, two people passed away last week from the world of music. The first one, Kenny Shields, who was the lead singer of Streethart, a Canadian rock band. He sadly passed away at the age of 69 in hospital. This was due to heart problems. He'd been having a number of cardiac troubles for a little while. He passed away Friday the 21st of July. The second one you're probably already aware of. It was quite heavily publicised. Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park. He passed away aged only 41. That was on Thursday the 20th of July. Sadly, he committed suicide. He hung himself. So he does leave behind 6 children as well. He had 6 kids.
Wow.
So we want to pass our condolences on from everybody at the Meddlesome Meeples and the Bards Corner and Paradise Rock to all of those children, as well as his partner, and the same to Kenny Shields and his family. We want to pass our condolences on to everybody there. Very sad news to start with.
Yep.
Right, let's see if we can go on to something a little bit more upbeat now. We've got 2 albums to talk to you about today. So the first album we want to talk about today is The Rise of Chaos by Accept. Now that's out on the 4th of August through Nuclear Blast Records. Heather, what did you think of that?
Overall, I did enjoy it. There was one particular song on there, I can't remember what it was called.
Analog Man.
Yeah. That reminded me very much of Balls to the Walls. In fact, when I heard it, I actually thought that's what it was. It's just like a different version of it.
It's got a very similar sort of rhythm and groove feel to it, hasn't it? You could tell it was by the same band, definitely.
It was still a nice song in itself. Yeah. But, yeah.
That was my favourite song off that album, to be honest, Analog Man. There was some other very good songs on there as well. Die by the Sword, the very first track. Carry the Weight, Kool-Aid. Rise of Chaos itself. But I think the standout song on there is going to be Analog Man, and that's the song I think will definitely make its way onto the live set list. It's got a very catchy pre-chorus to it. It would fit very well with a live feel.
Very Accept.
I think if you are familiar with Accept, you probably know what you're going to get with this album. All the way through, it's consistently good. There's some really good drumming all the way through. The twin guitars by Yu and Hoffman sound very good. There are some very good solos in there as well. Overall, I really enjoyed this album. Several of these are going onto my own little playlist.
Yeah.
I think with
your little playlist, the one that's what is it, 23 hours long now?
It's very, very long.
Yeah.
But I think with this album, Accept show why they're still at the top of the German metal scene, really. There's some really good stuff on here. The first time these songs are going to be played live is going to be at the Wacken Open Air 2017, which starts in just over a week.
Yep.
So if you're at Wacken, you'll have a chance to catch some of those songs. I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10. I say very, very pleased with this album. I always enjoy a good album from Accept. The second album we want to talk about is Seasons of the Black by Rage. Now, this is their 23rd studio album over the course of a 33-year career. This is out on July the 28th, again through Nuclear Blast Records. Some songs on there that particularly stood out to me: Farewell, Blackened Karma, Septic Bite and Justify. One of the interesting things about this album, it's not the first time they've done this, but there's 4 tracks on the album which collectively make a 20-minute opus out of those 4 tracks. Collectively, those tracks together are called The Tragedy of Man, but the individual songs on there are Gaia, Justify, Bloodshed in Paradise and Farewell. And those 4 songs together tell a story about the extinction of man, sort of going from the beginning through to the end of mankind, based on the way man's mistreated the earth and man's greed. Yeah, a little bit on the apocalyptic side. But actually, those 4 tracks are where that album really shines. I mean, I loved Blackened Karma and Septic Bite on that album.
But you quite like albums, like Tender's a lot of albums that have like kind of a storyline as well. You like stuff like that.
But the actual songs themselves are really good. As I say, Justify was cracking. But Farewell, the very last song on the album and the last song of those 4 tracks, It's got a very sorrowful sound to it, really epic, quite dark at times. But
we do like our epic dark song.
Yeah, but it's actually, I'd say, probably the softest song apart from the 1 minute track that opens up that four track opus. It's probably the slowest song on there. It's not a slow song, but it is the slowest song on the album, and it really is absolutely beautiful. There, the guitars, the solos on there are absolutely fantastic on that song. The vocals really emotional. But I would say overall the entire album is really blistering. If you like metal at all, this is an album that you want to try out. And if you are a Rage fan, this is definitely not one that you want to miss for your collection. So I'd say I'd give this one I was going to give it an 8.5 until I got to Farewell at the end of the song, and that one upped it to a 9 for me.
Yay!
So that song alone would be enough to have made me go out and buy the album if I didn't like any other song on that album.
And that says a lot coming from you.
Yeah, I can't recommend that song enough. But as I say, that is out on the 28th of July, so not long now, from Nuclear Blast Records. So go check it out. Also, if you are not already a subscriber to our audio podcast, you can find our podcast for this show on iTunes, Stitcher and Blueberry. It'd be really great if you can go check it out, and please leave a review for us. Thank you.
Farewell, Quester. To find out about other productions by the Meddlesome Meeples, then check out our channel or rendezvous with us at meddlesomemeeples.com. Until next time, Quester, farewell, and keep thine axe sharp.